If you're doing any of these things as a model, I'm genuinely concerned for you because you're putting your career in jeopardy. And I'm only here to help and not judge. I've had to learn some of these things on my own. So don't worry, I'm not judging. I'm just here to help you, sis. As a model for 8 years who has had this career full time, I can tell you that if you're doing any of these things, you need to stop right now. I'm about to share 5 things that I would never do as a model. And hopefully, if you're doing any of these things, you just take into consideration that this could be slowing you down in your career. And a lot of the times we self-sabotage without even knowing it, you know? Sometimes we don't even realize that it's our own selves who are blocking our success. The first thing I would never do as a model is pay for an agency to represent me. I've had people DM me this question quite often if they should pay for an agency that wanted to sign them. And the answer is no. You should not be paying for anything. You should be getting paid. So if an agency is trying to scout you and then they hit you with the, oh, that'll be $1,000, scam, just stop. As far as my experience, and I have been with some of the top agencies in the modeling game. So the standard is 20%. That is the cut that your agent will get out of your rate that you have for your job, whatever that may be. Now, anything less is a blessing. I haven't really experienced that. And anything more is a red flag, okay? Because it's like, what are you doing? You're trying to take my whole check? Because after taxes and all that, you're pretty much gonna be left with nothing. So 20% is the standard. That is typically how much agents get whenever they get you booked for something and you get paid. So you should not be having to pay to be with an agency. They should be getting you paid. And usually in the contract, it's a 20% fee that the agency takes out. And then there's also fees that they'll take out whenever you do get paid. Usually there's a monthly fee. Sometimes it's an annual fee for the website. You know, your agency will have you up on their website, and typically the fees, you know, they'll take out of your check, and then as well as comp card fees. So your agency gives you comp cards. They print out these cards for you to take to go-sees or castings and auditions. You have to pay for those. So, I mean, rightfully so, right? And it's not too crazy. That's usually the only thing they'll take money out of your check for. So yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Other than that, 20% is the standard. Anybody that is trying to get you to pay to be with their agency, scammers, okay? Unfortunately, people feed off of aspiring models and people who have these big dreams, and it's sad. But you know what? You're a loser, and I'm calling you out right now. So youngies, especially young babies, don't fall for this scam. Get paid, but don't pay to get paid. How does that work? The second thing I would never do as a model, whether you are an active model or pursuing modeling especially, I would never start looking for agencies or pursuing jobs without having a portfolio. If you don't have a portfolio, that's like applying for jobs without a resume. What are you doing? You look unprofessional. Just don't do it. Don't submit to an agency with just digitals. Modeling is a career in itself. It's a business. You're a businesswoman, okay? You need to have your portfolio. You need to have your resume. How are people gonna know what you look like, how you model, if you don't have that thing up to date? And even as a model who is in the industry, it's good to often update your book. You don't wanna just have photos from 3 years ago. You don't look the same. I would really highly recommend investing in that. And if you have photographer friends that you can shoot with who want to co-create with you, even better. Hit them up. I'm telling you, use your resources. Invest in yourself as well because, listen, photography ain't free. Photographers have to get paid too. So unless they're willing to collaborate with you, you have to invest in a good photographer. And you want to invest, right? You don't want people who don't know what they're doing. So it's always good to hire out a professional photographer that you need professional photos for. And you need to also distinguish your markets. What are your strengths? What markets are you looking to go into? Are you going into fitness, beauty, commercial, print? Are you gonna get into commercial acting? Like, what is it? You know, you want to embody that. You want to show that that's who you are. And if you're already a model and you're wanting to get into a different market, let's say you want to do more fashion, high fashion stuff, like start putting that into your book. You need to invest. So I would just never try to go for a job or try to submit to agencies without a portfolio. What are you doing? The third thing I would never do as a model is stay with an agency that isn't getting me booked or getting me any work. Like, hello? We got bills to pay around here. I'm hungry. You don't have time to be sitting on a board waiting to get booked. And it's not always a personal thing, right? Like sometimes maybe the clients that they have might just not align with your look or your market. You know, sometimes it's not always personal, but if you're doing everything you can and you're meeting with them and you're expressing your desires and clients you want to work with and you're testing, you're doing everything you can to put yourself out there and network and making yourself visible on social media. I mean, you're doing everything that you can and you're staying healthy, doing everything to look your best. At the end of the day, you got to make that move. You got to do what's best for you. It's not an emotional thing. There's no attachment there. It's a business partnership. You need to treat it as such. And you have to understand that this is a team effort. This is a partnership. You want to be able to work with your agents and agencies and feel like they are believing in you and that they see the vision and they have a vision to where they can place you. Sometimes they might just not even know how to market you. And you need to be with a team and people who see your vision or have a vision and know how to put you out there so that way you can be booked every month. There should be no reason why you're going months on end without getting booked. Make that move. Trust me, sometimes it's hard to make the move. You don't want to seem like a bad person. You don't want to end a relationship. It's like literally a breakup. You know what I mean? You're like, I gotta make the first move. But sometimes you just got to do what's best for you and your business. Think about yourself. You have to pay bills, especially if you're living in an expensive city. I mean, come on. At the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. Do what's best for you, especially if that means going with people who see the vision, who believe in you, and who want to get you work, who want to see you thrive. Fourth thing I'd never do as a model is complain on set. Girl, what are you doing? You sound ungrateful. You are being the Grinch. You're being a Debbie Downer. You're killing the vibe. Everybody's just trying to work. Everybody's tired. Trust me, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe I have this perspective because really the only job I've ever had is McDonald's and Schlitterbahn for like 2 weeks when I was saving up money for college. So being a model is so cool to me, you know? I'm just like, wow, I get to do this as my job. I get to be on set and get paid to be a model. You know, I don't have a conventional job and I'm living my dream. It's just like a blessing, you know? I have no complaints. So when I hear other people complaining or if that ever happens, where it's not really always an occurrence. Like I'm not on every set like, wow, this ungrateful model. Don't be that model that's complaining. And as a model who's been doing this for 8 years as my profession, I think one of my greatest strengths is having clients bring me back. And I think a lot of that has to do with my personality and my good vibes I bring to set because trust me, you know, I might not be in the best mood or whatever. I might have had a rough night before, but I'm never gonna bring my problems to set, okay? Don't bring your problems to set. Don't bring your dirty, nasty energy and attitude to set because you might have had your period or your boyfriend broke up with you. Like, no one cares. People wanna work with people who are pleasant, who make the day go by easier, and who overall are just good vibes, good energy. Overall, they just want to have people that are human and not the Grinch, okay? Don't be a drag. Be a good human and be pleasant. You know, crack a little joke, smile. You don't have to be the super outgoing person. You don't have to be the entertainer, right? But just be pleasant. And a tip, like if you're shy, don't feel bad. Like don't feel bad if you're a shy person, you're more introverted and you're not on set like lollygagging around. Just smile at people, say hello to everyone and you can stay in your own bubble. People are smart and they can read the room. They'll know if you're shy or an introvert. If you want clients to bring you back and love you, not only because you're a good model and you're beautiful or you have a good physique or whatever it may be, but because you embody this energy that's irreplaceable and magnetic and happy and joyful and just represents what they believe in for their brand. I mean, you want to have a good reputation as a model in your career. You want brands to work with you over and over again because that's putting money in your pocket. That's putting you out there. So it's good for you to just remember that and be a kind person and remember it'll always come back to you. The fifth thing I would never do as a model is act like I'm an employee. Remove that mindset right now. Trust me, I know. I had that mindset when I first started modeling. I was like, acting like my agents were my boss. They're literally my business partners. And you gotta remember that y'all are a team. Okay, they work so hard for you. They work day in and day out. Not only are they working for you, but they have other models they're working for, sometimes hundreds of other people. So just be grateful that you have them on your team, right? But you have to get out of that mentality that they're responsible for your career, okay? Because they're not. They are just there to bring you the jobs, and you have to meet them halfway, okay? You have to put in the work. You have to communicate with them. Communication is key. You want to be on the same page as your agency, so that's up to you, right? If you desire something, if you want to work with a brand, if you want to expand your career, you have to let them know. You have to let them see your vision. Help your agents help you. Help them to see the vision. You got to communicate with them. You got to have meetings with them sometimes. If you have concerns, you got to let them know. You know what I mean? Not only that in just your communication with them, but outside of that, your daily routines, your regular habits. Are you regularly updating your book? You don't have to shoot every week, every month, but I mean, you should be keeping that thing fresh. Are you going to networking events? Are you putting your face out there? Are you trying to shake hands with other people? Are you eating healthy and have a good exercise or health routine to where you know that you are your best self, you look your best, your skin's glowing, you are at a healthy body weight, and you are staying active. So that way when you're on set and any moment that you may be on call for a job, you are ready. You got to stay ready in this industry. Every day may not be full with a job, you know? In this industry, it's unconventional. I mean, trust me, if you're a model that gets booked every day, that is a blessing and that is the goal, right? That's the goal. I mean, who wouldn't want to work every day? I mean, I don't want to work every day, actually. I need a vacation. If you're not working every day, you need to be filling that space in. So whether that is having a self-care routine so that way you stay well rested and you have a glowing aura. You know, you're going to yoga or going to the park, taking a walk, or you're going to the gym to work out. I mean, what are you doing in your spare time? Are you reaching out to photographers to co-create with them? Are you looking for different ways to network? I mean, there's so many different components that go into modeling. It's not just being beautiful and attractive, right? Are you working on your poses? I mean, are you taking other classes to expand your skills? What is going on? You have to constantly be working on yourself and knowing that your success depends on you and how you're showing up for yourself first. And your agents are just there to put the opportunities in front of you. And you have to be ready when that casting comes, if that audition comes, if that job comes the next day they need you on set. I mean, you gotta stay ready. You know what I'm saying? And that is what brings success, discipline. So yes, just remember that this career is your responsibility, okay? And you are not an employee. Your agents are not your boss. They're not going to be calling you every day telling you what to do. They're not going to be calling you every day making sure that, you know, you're staying active. They're not going to do that. It's up to you, baby girl or baby boy. So just know that this industry is a tough one at times, but it's rewarding. And it's what you make it, really. If you stay ready, if you stay professional and keep the mindset that this is a business that you are running. You are a business, you are a brand, and you want to represent yourself the best way possible. So just be kind, be a magnetic person to your desires, and know that you and your agency and your agents will co-create amazing magic together if y'all stay on the same page, and you will become successful if you just don't do these 5 things. Just remember, it's a constant glow up. It's a constant learning experience in this life. So don't be hard on yourself. I'm still constantly learning always in this career, and I'm happy to share everything that I've learned and everything that I know. So follow me, subscribe for more advice, tips and tricks in the modeling industry and life in general, y'all, because I be learning every day. So thank you so much for being here. Love you guys. Mwah.